It's Amy with Work Hard, Eat Kind, and today we're in the kitchen. We're trying to clean and get dishes done, and I'm actually trying to make 2 different meals, and I kind of wanted to show you my experiences while trying to cook paleo for my husband. Well, my husband's not really paleo, but for my kids and everything like that, so you can kind of see how to deal with that. I have 2 little helpers. You say hi?
Hi.
That are working on de-stemming and de-seeding some cherries. I have another kiddo working on laundry, and we are, like I said, cleaning as we go. I'm always real about my kitchen. Even when I had my paleo YouTube channel, my kitchen's a mess. It's a disaster. I cook 3 meals from scratch every day, so you guys, I'm sure you know how that goes. But we're going to clean as we go. We're going to make some jackfruit pulled barbecue sauce, barbecue that's supposed to be made from jackfruit. I'm making an AIP barbecue sauce without nightshades. Some roasted sweet potatoes. And for the family, I'm making meatballs. Some gluten-free mac and cheese, and I think baked beans. I think that's what we're doing. So I'm going to take you along with me. I hope you enjoy. Magic of YouTube. My counter is clean. I always recommend, if you're doing a whole bunch, especially if you're multitasking.
Hi guys.
Hi guys. They're still working on cherries. If you're working on multiple tasks, try to clean your area. Now, you might end up with a stack of dishes over there, but this way your surface is clean. You can use a whole bunch of different tools and things like that, and you can be organized. Kind of mise en place is usually the correct terminology, and get things done in a smoother fashion, and you can do the dishes as you go. This is my favorite barbecue sauce recipe. It is a cherry barbecue sauce from Autoimmune Paleo. I always want to recommend people don't limit yourself, especially if you're like me and have food allergies. You know, paleo people actually are all about nutrient density. They are about eating lots and lots of vegetables. So you can honestly find a lot of great recipes that might be marked paleo, but they're actually vegan too, just like this barbecue sauce. I'll leave the link to it below. I want you to really try it out. If I can only convince you to try one thing ever from me, it's this barbecue sauce. It's so good. It actually, I was really worried at first because it smelled really vinegary when it's cooking. Like right now it smells really vinegary in the kitchen, but actually it turns out really good and it's not so bad. I've also tried the recipe below with coconut sugar instead of maple syrup, because I just happened to be out. Today I actually happened to be out of sugar, so I used the maple syrup, and we'll see how it turns out. Biggest recommendation for this recipe: if you don't wash this, or at least rinse it out immediately, it will stick and you will never get it off again. Now, if for some reason you do, and you're like, oh no, what did I do? Hot, soapy water, hot, let it run through it, and you have to basically try to disintegrate the sugar in it to get it from sticking. But you guys can see how bad that is. But thankfully, we're not going to have that problem. We're going to wash it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to rant. This is not a gluten-free vegan wrap. Does that look right? It had like 4 or 5 ingredients. I've been cooking and learning about cooking and gluten-free stuff and attempting these recipes for 2.5 years, and I have yet to find one gluten-free vegan wrap. And I mean, the thing is there's a lot of companies out there that make them, but they're crazy expensive and just not something I can afford. And all of the recipes I've tried for 2.5 years suck. I'm sorry. As somebody who writes recipes, if you can't get somebody else to replicate this recipe, don't publish it. Just don't. Please. Save us the time, energy, money, headache, and running out the door with a pan half burning with junk stuck to it, so we don't have to go through this. Just don't. Hey guys, welcome to my little corner. Sorry that I am a hot mess. Sitting here feeling a little accomplished. Meatballs is what I made for the family, with some gluten-free mac and cheese and some baked beans. It's one of their favorites. I also put some of the AIP cherry barbecue sauce on top of their meatballs. They enjoy that as well. For myself, I made the jackfruit with the AIP cherry barbecue sauce, and I already tasted it. It was great. I'm roasting some sweet potatoes to go along with it. I think it'll kind of go together really well. I was totally disappointed in the wraps I tried. I'll be nice and I won't list the failed recipe, because maybe, just maybe, somebody can get out there and actually be able to accomplish that recipe. So I don't want to, you know, bias anybody's opinion against it. And that's basically it. I just want to encourage anybody who is going through this, who is vegan, but their family's not. Don't be discouraged. It's okay. It really is. You can get through it. I know some people wonder how they can do that. And simply my few tips off the top of my head, try to make sure that you keep your spoons separate. A lot of times I'll use my plastic spoons for my family and then my wooden spoons for me, just to kind of keep that texture difference anyway, because sometimes you're mindlessly just going about the kitchen and you're just trying to get stuff done, but that texture difference kind of is like, oh, I picked up the wrong one. And I can set it back down and use the correct one so you don't cross-contaminate. Also, on nights when I do actually try to make 2 separate meals, I always try to make something super simple for both sides. So the meatballs that I do they actually take 10 minutes. The more time is spent on the prep work. But I did mac and cheese and baked beans. It's super easy. The roasted sweet potatoes take 20 minutes. You put them in, you flip them. After 10 minutes, you put them in for like 7 more minutes, and then you're done, and that's all I'm waiting on right now. The jackfruit, the hardest part, I actually have made the AIP cherry barbecue sauce with frozen cherries, tart cherries. It's not as good. Use fresh, go through the headache, have some little helpers like I did to de-seed and stem those cherries. Let them make a mess. It's okay. I used to not be able to stand the mess, but I've gotten a little older, a little wiser, and messes are okay every now and then. Let's see, keep it simple. Don't worry about it. You know, I think the best thing that we can do as vegans, especially since there's only 2% of the entire world's population is vegan, which I figured, I did the math the other day, 2% of 7 billion people, that's still 140 million people. That's a lot of people who can just positively influence, and I don't think we have to be, you know, militant jerks. We can simply just be cool. I mean, if I can advise you to anything, just be cool. And just show people veganism can be easy, especially if you don't have food allergies. If you have food allergies, yes, it's more complicated, but if I can work this out, I think you can too. And I think the only way we're going to do that is just by walking the walk, talking the talk, and being able to show people. We can show graphic footage. We can, you know, try to educate people when they want it. I don't think shoving it down their throat, I hate that phrase. Oh, I hate that phrase. But I don't think doing that is going to help. I don't think forcing people to be vegan is going to help. I think what helps is just showing people that you're a cool person and it works and you feel great, and just live it. I think that's all we can really do. Be a positive influence. Be the change you want to see in the world. So that's it for tonight, guys. I'm going to share some pictures of the food lately, that I made. I will try to keep the animal product low. If you don't like seeing stuff like that and you're just absolutely opposed to stuff like that, I completely understand. That's your viewpoint and you're totally entitled to it, and hey, go on with your bad self. But just to show you kind of what I'm doing, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you all for the love and support. I was just telling my husband, I'm so thankful for all the positive comments that I've gotten so far. You guys are great. You're the reason why I do this and why I've kept doing this, even though it's just been a short time. Just keep going and know that no matter what obstacle you come up with, there's always a solution, and we can always work harder and eat kinder. And I promise you, that's definitely what I'm trying to do. We'll see you next time.